everybody's going on. Just woke up from a little nap and I started going through my comments, and I want to talk about the video first of all. When I did the video, the idea behind it was to get people talking. That was, I think one of the things that I like about YouTube is people can exchange ideas in hopefully a civilized manner, but it doesn't always work out that way. But I knew that going in. I knew when I put the video up, I would make a lot of people mad, get a lot of obnoxious comments. I wasn't disappointed. I did get quite a few of those. But don't think for a second that I do videos like that for attention or to be a prick. And there's some. I looked through some of the comments. Some of them I don't like, but there's legitimate points in there. Some things that I didn't take into consideration, and I think the drugging of America is one. Putting the kids on antidepressants, because we had a rash of suicides in my area the past 6 years, and I do think that's due to over medicating kids. Let me scroll down here. I think this is a subject people really get passionate about, but the point of it was to get people talking about it. That's all. You know, don't aim your shotguns at me, man. I just made the video for that reason, to talk about why it seems there's so many shootings, school shootings. Why, and especially in this year, the year before. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, and I did have an Atari, and I had an Intellivision. I had the Pong game. There was a couple other ones. Video games were extremely expensive when I was growing up. But don't get it be completely against video games. I mean, I used to go to, well, before everybody had a video game machine, we used to go to the arcade and literally go with like $100 worth of quarters. But those were quarters that I earned washing dishes, so it wasn't like my parents gave it to me. But I think going to the arcade was like kid nirvana. And a couple other comments, and I agree with this also. There's not much for the kids to do. There's not too many social outlets that are positive. I used to be a member of Boys Club. I know that's uncool, but we could go right after school. We could go and play pool. We could play basketball, ping pong, whatever we wanted. Like, you know, like games that you actually had to be a part of, not just vacant in front of a screen. Games, candle making, all kinds of stuff. Actually, it was a lot of fun. I thought it was going to blow, but it was actually a lot of fun. Who else? Oh, does your cat know frickin' ninja? That's from Ravenbones1. I don't know, man. I don't mess with the cat. I mean, the last time I took the cat to the vet, I got all chewed up and I was bleeding all over the place myself. She bit my thumb, scratched my face. I think the cat's a rescue cat, and I got it when it was an adult, so I think they're pretty much set in their ways. Where if they don't want to do something, they absolutely do not want to do something. Another one. Black 05 Titan 26 congratulated me on going back to work, which I am really proud of it. And he asked me, well, actually he told me I should get that 1911 that I was thinking about getting. I'll tell you, the 1911 that I actually do like is the Colt New Agent with the trench sights. That is a cool gun, and that is on my list, but that's $980. I don't have that kind of money right now, but there is a but. A couple weeks back, I shot the Ruger SR40, and I gotta tell you, I was not expecting to be impressed, because I'm really not big on the Glock trigger, but I found it to be very comfortable, very accurate, and I put about 300 rounds through it, and it was just actually a fantastic gun. And the gun itself is, you could pick it up for $400, which is a rarity. So I think that'll be the next handgun I get will be the Ruger SR40 with a stainless steel top. It was a cool looking gun. It felt great in hand, and I'll get the 1911 maybe around Christmas. I like to get a shotgun too. I like the Mossberg special purpose automatic. Very cool shotgun. I just don't have the $600. Let's see. It's not video games. It's the drugs. Okay, we talked about that. And I think what a lot of people have to understand about the videos that I make, I don't make any apologies. I don't kowtow to anybody. I put my view forward, and I always give a disclaimer. I can be completely off and completely wrong, but you know, the idea behind it was to get people talking and give me a better understanding of what other people think. Because I mean, if you go your whole life walking to the beat of your own drum, you get deluded. It's good to get a reality check, and I think that's what I got here. I don't think it's the drugs or a lack of discipline. It's just the fact that some kids in this age group are too weak-minded, and that's another thing. I'll go with that. But and it says some kids are predisposed for this kind of behavior, which is also true, but a lot of them are really, really medicated. The other question I got is, why was the cat bleeding? The claws had folded under into the cat's pads, so once the nails were clipped, they actually had to remove the claws from the pads. You know, my cat's an indoor cat, so she gets as much exercise as she can, but indoor cats, they mainly just eat, groom, and sleep. That's about it. And I run around the cat around the house in a complete whack job, but those nails weren't cut in 9 years, and I never had a cat that actually had to have her nails cut. So that was a little surprising and wacky. Was there anything else on here? The real problem is, I think the real problem, Kevin, is just what you said. There's something really wrong with society, and I do believe that. There's nothing much for a lot of young people to do to believe in anymore. Parents are in large part less involved, and that is true. I mean, you can watch that from reality TV. It's completely obvious. Parents are completely self-absorbed, and I'll say it is the parents' fault in their own lives. I know when I was growing up, family always put family first. It wasn't like, hold on, Sonny, let me step out of your graduation so I can tweet my boyfriend. It just, it wasn't like that. And can we throw cell phones in there too? I mean, I look at 4 or 5-year-old kids walking down the street with a cell phone having a conversation for 10 minutes. We didn't have that stuff when I was younger. Do I think it makes society worse? I think it makes it more disconnected. Absolutely. I work with a lot of younger people, and it is so frustrating that if you're talking to someone, there's no sense of urgency about anything. It can be the most important thing in the world, and they'll always give you that and turn their back right in your face. You could be firing them at the moment, and they'll do that, and then they'll go, what were we talking about? Or I work out with my iPod. I listen to my iPod a lot, but I don't listen to it at work because A, it's a dangerous place, you can get hurt, and B, it's just obnoxious. If you're left alone and you're just doing your own thing, that's fine, but when you're interacting with people, it's just plain fucking rude, man. The cell phone's much, much worse. So, thanks for everybody who responded, and I got a lot of people mad, and I knew we'd get a lot of people mad, but that isn't why I put it up. I just thought it was something that needed to be talked about, and I wanted a different perspective on it. What else? Let me go back in here. I got my laptop here. Video manager. This is something I never understood. It doesn't bother me. I just don't get it. I watch probably maybe 20 videos a day on YouTube. I interact with a lot of people. My account's growing more and more. I've closed some accounts and I was way up there, but that's neither here nor there. Anywho, the point being is, a lot of times when I closed accounts, there was just too many subscribers and it was too hard to keep up on, and people get upset and get offended. But I never could comprehend. I watch videos every single day. If I don't like a video, I just move on to the next video. I don't give it a thumbs down. I just don't get it. And I do get people giving thumbs up. If you like something, you go ahead and you do it. If you don't like something, you go ahead and you do it. But I just never understood it. And I go back to every time I get a comment, if it's negative, I go right to the person's page and I look at it and I see what they're up to and see if they're just trolling. A lot of kids are trolling. Like, you're a fat man and you suck, and I get that a lot. So, you're not offending me. It doesn't bother me. But it just surprises me that you get the thumbs down. I just never got it. And 99% of the time, it is usually the people who have absolutely no videos themselves. But they all critique everything you do and put you under the microscope. But I just want to talk about it and talk about the comments I got, or received, if that sounds better. People dog me on my spelling. They dog me on my weight. They dog me on my gun hobby. I've been cooking for since I've been 14 years old, and they dog me on my cooking. They dog me on the car I drive. They dog me on my lifestyle. They dog me on how much money I make, whether I'm employed or unemployed at the time. What my views are. I think you kind of, when you put yourself out there and you start doing videos, you'll get a lot of positive stuff, but at the same time you attract a lot of negative stuff. And one of the things that I practice is first thing in the morning. When I get up, I don't read my comments. I'll read them early in the day, like maybe 12 o'clock or something, or I'll read them when I get home at night, because you get so many obnoxious comments from just, how can I put it, from so many fucking pricks. And there are a lot of pricks out there. You know who you are. That it puts me off. So I have comments disabled to go into my email, so I don't get emails at work like, you suck, you're fat, your head's as big as a melon. I don't need that. So what I do is I ask a lot of the guys to subscribe to me. If you really want to talk about something, you really want an answer to something, personal message me. That's cool. The comments are meant for you guys to talk amongst each other, because I've found a lot of times in the comments, I find other cool channels where people chime in and have something to say or post a video response, and that's how I move from channel to channel. I guess kind of laterally, instead of just a shout out and like everybody just goes and signs up for that person's account. That's just the way I do it. I found so many cool people through comments. Comments that kind of take on a wasabi. Wow, shit's fucking hot. I love wasabi though. That's for you guys to talk amongst yourselves and make friends or make enemies or whatever you're up to in your YouTube experience. And that's going to be it. I didn't want to just start going through the comments and saying, yes, thank you, like most people usually do. I wanted to just come around and address the, I appreciate the positive comments, but I just don't get the obnoxious comments. I don't understand it, and I think that's just, like I said, there's a lot of pricks in the world. So when you put videos up on YouTube, you're like a bug zapper. You're a prick bug zapper. So maybe you guys will get a laugh out of that. Maybe you won't. Probably a few of you won't. But you know, tough bananas. Like I always say, if you want to watch my videos, watch my videos. But don't think for a second, not for one hot minute, that if you unsubscribed, I would actually care. I don't. I have a lot of good friends on YouTube that I talk to on a regular basis, and you know, I look forward to talking to. But pricks, I don't have any tolerance for it. So if you don't like the videos or you don't like anything that I do, unsubscribe. You're not going to hurt me. I try and share things that are current, that make your life easier, life experiences, things like that. You know, and I try and put it forth in a positive way, and not to be a prick or not to be obnoxious. Or there's so many egos; they're like huge on YouTube. Now remember, you're not a star. If you have a lot of subscribers, I doubt the limousine is going to start pulling up in front of your house and the paparazzi is going to be out there waiting for you to get your mail. It's not going to happen. Get a hold of yourself. Later, guys.